So we got the very basics about Python out of the way. We'll learn about the core data types and how we store them in variables. However, thus far we did everything in the REPL. Now we'll switch to a real development environment and to a local IDE. And we'll continue building our blockchain. In the end, we want to have a chain, which will be a list, which holds our blocks of data. And here's something new. I want each block to be a list on its own, on itself. And in that list of data, basically, so inside of the block, we'll then store our values. And for the first block, it might be one value, but the important part is for the other blocks in the blockchain, each nested list will actually always contain the previous values to kind of simulate that part which I mentioned earlier in the course, where each block knows about its previous block by its hash. Now, we won't hash it here because that requires some knowledge we don't have yet, but we'll kind of fake it by ensuring that every block is just a nested list which contains the previous values as well as the new value. So it's basically like that game where you're packing your bags for leaving and you name one word like toothbrush, and your partner then has to name your word, toothbrush, as well as a new word, towel. And then you say toothbrush, towel, and let's say a comp. And that is basically what we'll do here. Each block contains the old data plus a new one, and this is something we can totally build with the knowledge we already have. And of course, we don't want to use random data. We're going to build our own coin, so let's start by storing transaction values. And obviously, we'll refine the values throughout the course. Now, as I said, we won't do this in the REPL though. We'll use a local IDE and a more elaborate setup, which you typically use for any bigger project you build.